Hello guys, I'm back and I'm going to do a video regarding an orchid that finally bloomed for me, and it was one of my first orchids when I started this hobby here in the United States. And that orchid is this one, the Pleurothallis tripterantha, and it was from Andy's Orchids. I purchased it on September 1st, 2021. And in this area of the grow tent, it's approximately, well, it says 57% humidity. Earlier it was like 60 to 65 and percent humidity, and then 78 Fahrenheit. I opened the grow tent about 10 minutes ago, and that's why the humidity went lower. So let me grab this and we'll talk more about it. Place it closer to me, and pardon the background, my kids are watching their TV show, so I have at least another 15 minutes before they start bothering me. So here's the label, again from Andy's Orchids, purchased on September 1st, 2021. So nearly close to a year now. I'm sorry, close to 2 years now. And I also put some notes here from research I've done online. So it says winter, less watering. Let me just so culture, water is moist, temperature is intermediate to warm, and light is shaded to bright. So when I was doing my research regarding miniature orchids, Pleurothallis genus has been one of those consistently appearing during my research and in the forums. And I saw a picture of this orchid blooming, and it was really cool. And then I went to Andy's Orchids website, and it says it's a miniature, of course, and then it blooms all throughout the year, which caught my attention. At the time when I was starting the hobby, I was thinking I'd rather have orchids that are free flowering throughout the year, instead of just like specific seasons like spring, winter, or summer, or fall. But this plant has been a source of frustration for me because it's been a long time. I thought, I guess at the time I was a bit naive. I was thinking, whenever someone says it's a free flowering orchid, then it should flower quickly. But throughout this 2 years, close to 2 years since I started this hobby, I found that some orchids, I think, I noticed needs some time to grow first, and when they reach, I believe, a certain mass, and that's when they have enough energy to bloom. And in this case, this was nearly 2 years old. Right now it's June of 2023, so in 3 more months it's 2 years now. So a year and 9 months before it finally bloomed. Then I'll show you a picture of how I received this plant. It's pretty small, but as you can see, this plant just grows everywhere. It has rambling growth. I think that's the proper term. It doesn't go in just one direction. It produces growth, and from there it starts and goes all over the place, as you can see here. As an example, you can see here's an orchid clip. So this area at one point was just have grown outwards, and my concern at the time was it will dry out, because this plant needs to be moist majority of the time. So what I did is I moved it backwards and then put a clip to hold it in place. I added a lot of long fiber sphagnum moss, as you guys can see here, and again, a source of frustration for me, but now it finally bloomed. I water these plants every other day, rainwater, just like the rest of the plants in this grow tent, just rainwater. And and what's really cool is, as you can see, this is the spike. There's blooms, but there's another spike here, another spike there, and and there's another one and another one there. So I think it has reached its comfortable spot to produce a lot of blooms and to focus on the bloom here. So I find it weird. I was expecting the flowers to be small, and relative to the size of the leaves, it's about 3/4 of the size of the leaves. So it's a pretty good sized flower, and it's shaped this way, like it has, I don't say, like a sepal petals, and it looks like, for me, reminds me of like one of those Halo video game creatures, the Arbiter, wherein this is the upper jaw and it has two lower jaws. That's how it reminds me. But there's another close-up. Yeah, oop. There we go. And at this point, all Pleurothallis in my collection has bloomed. I have the Pleurothallis sonderana here. When I purchased this, it was actually blooming. And then I have the Pleurothallis ornata, which has very, very small flowers. That's the other one. And then this plant, which I thought at first was grass, from Andy's orchid, is the Pleurothallis rowleyi. So there you go. I think I still have blooms here, or they've been spent already. They dried down. But what's cool about this plant is when it produces a bloom, it produces spikes along the leaves, which at the time when I first had this plant that was the first time I've seen an orchid bloom through the upper part and base of the leaves. So yeah, they've been spent already, so there's no more spikes. And the ornata, let's see. Yeah, the Pleurothallis ornata, this one is the most consistent blooming plant in my collection. Unfortunately, there's not a single one, but I've shown you guys the bloom, and I'll put another picture here so you guys can see. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm happy. Finally bloomed for me, and not only that, it's producing a lot of spikes, and yeah, it means I'm doing something right, and just really patience, just like the rest of the other orchids in the collection. And yeah, before I go, I'm gonna show you guys other spikes here and other orchids in bloom. So this is a Arangus Luteo alba var rhodostica. So I have a spike. This is an Arangus mysticii. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but there's also a spike. So that is good. I'm very happy about it. Oh, here's the Ascocentrum hendersonianum. This is very consistent. It bloomed for me last year. However, these blooms, the flowers look deformed because I went on vacation for 3 weeks, and I asked my friend to water the plants only once a week, and this plant I water every other day since it's mounted. So what else do we have here? Oh, of course, as always, the Restrapia falkenbergii, one just like the ornata, is one of my more consistent bloomers. This one, like all year round, every month. And another Restrapia here, the Morii. Let's see here if we can do it there. Another bloom. Restrapia is one of my favorite genus since they're pretty easy. I place them in the lower area of my grow tent where it's cooler and more humid, and these guys continuously produce blooms. This is also a Restrapia. What's this? Let's see, Restrepia muscifera. Yeah. So a bit dry because again I left, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get it back in shape. There's the Dodsonia, also Restrepia. See, this one hasn't bloomed for a while, but hopefully this summer. So yeah, again, Pleurothallis tripterantha. Weird looking flowers, but I'm happy that it finally did bloom, and looking forward for it to grow more and produce more flowers in the future. So yeah, that's it guys. Thank you. Please hit like and subscribe, and have a good one.